out, head's too loud, feeling like I'm hellbound.
This complicated disposition that I'm in, chronic condition, this prescription's wearing thin. Mr. Broadside
Ain't on my side,
self-deprecating,
complacent.
when will I face it?
Get to the root of it, get to the root of it,
'Cause I'm tired,
get to the root of it.
I'm tired of feeling like I'm hellbound,
Headed for a meltdown.
why do all these thoughts hound me on and on?
Confusing my thoughts with reality.
Zoned out, drowning in my own doubt, feeling like I'm hellbound,
Whoa,
feeling like I'm anxiety denying me my oxygen. This vital flight is cyanide inside my skin. Mental breakdown,
there's no way out.
this life I'm wasting.
Forsaken,
It's time to face it.
get to the root of it.
'Cause I'm tired of feeling like I'm hellbound.
Headed for a meltdown.
Why do all these thoughts hound me on and on?
Confusing my thoughts with reality.
Zoned out, drowning in my own doubt, feeling like I'm hellbound.
Whoa,
Feeling like I'm
heart's burned out, head's too loud. This is the moment where I wake up, trucking along, but in my arms I'ma shake up. All of the anger inside my chest, tell it.
Stay out.
Caught up the victim mentality. I don't wanna see negativity play
Yeah,
out.
but everybody's toxic, everybody's stupid.
Sound like somebody I want nothing to really do with. I'm ready to move from the past, open the roof of my casket. I was doomed to be dead, now I'm renewed from the ashes, a savage.
So myself, keep your health through the hard times, and when you're off track, take your life back.
Forgive me, Father, you know that I've sinned. Grant me the strength to not go back again. Show me two songs, my friend, when I'm
Feeling like I'm hellbound.
headed for a meltdown.
Why do all these thoughts hound me on and on?
Confusing my thoughts with reality.
Zoned out, drowning in my own doubt, feeling like I'm hellbound.
Whoa,
Feeling like I'm,
da 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 da. All right, da 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 da.
'cause I'm tired
Da 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 da. That's right, that's right.
of feeling like I'm.
Wake up, trucking along, but on my arms I'ma shake up. All of the anger inside my chest, tell it stay out.
You
know why?
'Cause I'm tired of feeling like I'm.
Thank you.
There you go. Okay,
Hey.
everybody.
Woo!
One KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Hey, Mari, I want to play a game.
Yes.
And I'm very excited about the game today because it seems like we got two very fun contestants on the line.
We do.
On line one, we have Carlos. Good morning, Carlos.
Good morning. Carlos with the K.
Carlos with a K. Nice. All right. And then I got Devin on line two. Good morning, Devin.
Good morning.
It's Devin, like Devin likes the D. You know? No? Okay. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. The game that we are playing today is the game that we're playing all week long for these fair tickets. It's a game called Life's Not Fair. Very simple game. So I'm going to ask you a question where you're going to have to give me 3 seconds or 3 answers in about 5 seconds. Okay? But before I ask these questions, in each round, I'm going to spin the wheel, and it's going to land on the stipulation and as to how you're going to answer these questions. So you kind of have to answer the questions with a challenge. Like we gave the example off air, like clucking like a chicken, giving me the answers clucking like a chicken. With that said, Sore Loser Rules will be on the line as well. Let's just spin the wheel and get into it. All right. In round one, both of you need to answer these questions as if you're out of breath.
Oh.
Okay, so you're going to be out of breath while answering these questions. We're going to start off with line one, Carlos. Carlos, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. While out of breath, you got about 5 seconds on the clock. Name 3 foods served on a stick. Go.
Corn dog. Panic.
Oh, that was hard.
Yeah.
Couldn't breathe.
All right. No, we'll give the point to Devin on that because he failed. Now to Devin, while out of breath. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Name 3 foods that are deep fried. Go.
Oreos, chicken tenders, and French fries.
That sound hot. Did that not sound hot? That sounded hot. Point for Devin. Carlos, did that sound hot?
It did. It really did.
Oh, God. No.
Yeah. I like the way you say corn dog. I like to say, all right, let me spin the wheel. I'm going to get myself in trouble here. All right. In this next round, the stipulation is you have to answer these questions like you're crying.
Oh, good.
You got to be crying while answering these questions. Starting off with line 2, Devin. Devin, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Name 3 foods you'd spill on yourself. Go.
Spaghetti, macaroni and cheese, and ice cream.
That's very good. Very good. We got a pro in Devin.
Yes.
Carlos, you got to get this one to stay in the game, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go. While crying, name 3 foods, or I'm sorry, name 3 rides that could make you throw up. Go.
The carousel, the Titans, the roller coaster.
Yes!
You did it.
That's right. Point for Carlos. All right, let's spin the wheel. All right. In this final round, you must answer the questions while barking like a dog.
Oh.
Yes, all right, like barking like a dog. Starting off with a line 1, Carlos. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Name 3 foods that start with the letter P. Go.
Pizza, pickles, pie.
You're still crying, dude. You needed to bark like a dog.
Pizza, pickles, and pie. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Stop crying, fool. What are you doing? I said bark like a dog.
Oh,
that was good, though.
I'm crying instead of barking.
Let's see. All right, here we go for Devin. This is for the win. All right. So name 3 rides people scream on while barking like a dog. Go.
Bark the Titan, bark roller coaster, bark zipper.
She said bark. I mean, that's,
Bark.
I never heard a dog actually say bark, but half a point for Devin there. But with a score of 4.5 to 1, looks like Devin's going to be our winner here. Yes, congratulations, Devin.
You guys were both great.
Yes, you were both great. You both did a good job. But before you celebrate, Devin, and then Devin, you said that you've done sore loser rules before. You know the fate lies in Carlos's hands, your opponent. Is there anything you want to say to Carlos before he makes the decision on whether or not to let you get these 4-pack of Pima County Fair wristbands, or give himself another chance to get these wristbands by having me hang up on both of you and give him out to caller number 69?
I am going to plead my case
Okay, what's your case?
to see if he'll give them to me.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that was your pleading your case? You're just saying I'm going to plead my case, but no.
No. That's what I want to do.
Okay, plead
Okay.
it. Go ahead.
You got it.
Okay, so let's see. I'm a single mom. I've got a 21-year-old. I have 2 teenage boys. My son's going to prom this week. I've got senior pictures this week. I'm emotionally unstable. I've got several health issues. And I also teach 5th grade at Nash Elementary School in Amphi, and my school is closing. And I've been teaching for 21 years, and I've never made over $60,000.
Oh.
Got.
And I really want to go to the fair because I can't afford to go.
Ooh, Carlos, that's a case, dude.
That is a case.
That is a case. All right, Carlos. The moment say, oh, what say you? Are we applying sore loser rules today, or did she guilt you into the just submitting?
Nah, I submit. I'm relatable to her life right now, so that's why I wanted them too. So let her have them with her kids and have a good time.
Nice.
Oh,
Carlos, you're a good man. You're a good man. Well, tomorrow morning, Carlos, and all this week, we're giving away these 4-pack of tickets for the Pima County Fair. So you ride with us. Plenty of opportunities to win. Tomorrow morning will be around 8 o'clock, all right?
I'll call you back tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Good luck to you. You got karma on your side for sure.
Thank you, Carlos.
And Devin, bring the whole family
Hey,
out. Have a
enjoy
good
it.
time. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. All right, we're going to hit the reset. Be back tomorrow right after this. Rock 102.1. All right, we're back here live on the podcast broadcast. Good morning, everybody. Had obviously a slow start as we ebb and flow through the podcast today. Rico and Mari are joining us. Going to get on the air here in about 30 seconds with our top story here that involves feet and how people are freaks and just how it is,
Yay.
right? Yes, absolutely. So I saw this and I immediately thought of you, and so
I'm flattered.
yeah, you have nice feet. Yeah, you're actually.
I like my feet.
Yeah, the Weber girls all have nice feet.
Yeah, for sure.
And you attempted to pimp out your sister's feet at one
I
point.
didn't
Whoa.
work.
Yeah,
I had
so
a Christmas tree photo and everything.
I know.
Damn.
Rock 102.1 KFMA Beef Vegan Presents. That was Beastie Boys. We're live on the podcast broadcast. There you can see pictures of fantastic feet. That's what I'm going to show you. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is not just to creep out or placate to the internet, because I know the internet loves feet. For whatever reason, men there are men out there, a subset of them, that are obsessed with them. And usually when you're obsessed with feet, it's because you're putting, the women on a pedestal. And there's a psychological reason why men who have foot fetishes. And that's because they're looking down and they're kind of worshiping the feet of sorts. It's,
Really? It keeps
yes.
the feet, not the ring?
Well, kind of, like that's when if you are, say, a little insecure, and again, you covet women so much, you put them on a pedestal, then subconsciously it's kind of in our DNA to kind of bow down to the feet as if it was like Cleopatra or a queen. And there's been numerous theories, scientific studies that came up with that, right?
I believe it.
And I know, and I believe it too, because I appreciate a good foot. All right. Now, the story today that just kind of leads into this is how you can make money with your feet without going into OnlyFans. Because again, I know that you attempted to do this with your sister.
Yeah, but it's only feet.
Only feet, right? Only feet,
Only
only fans,
feet.
only whatever the
Yeah.
heck,
There's a
right?
difference.
There is a little bit of difference, right? But here's the deal. Yes, there are enough people out there that appreciate a good feet that they'll be freaky enough to pay. But only feet, that's very niche, and some people don't want that on their web history, right?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. There's a woman in Los Angeles that figured out that with her side hustle her side hustle of door dashing,
Oh.
that if she took pictures of the food she was delivering in her DoorDash, but included her feet, she got much bigger tips because of it.
I saw that.
She
Yeah,
is nice.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
her name is Jade Phoenix, right? And her edge to become one of the biggest tips DoorDash delivery drivers is including her feet. And this is in Los Angeles. And I'm going to show you the feet and some of the tips that she has got because of this. And it's pretty impressive. First
Yeah.
off, she has nice feet.
She does.
And if you don't have nice feet, it doesn't work. And you
Step
guys have
one.
seen this?
Yep.
All right. So there's a picture of her, again, showing off her feet and delivering McDonald's. This is another shot. This really shows off the toes very well.
And
She's
the
Perkins
legs, bro.
stocking, though.
There's
Hold
some
on.
leggies in there.
Yes, she has some legs. She's showing off the whole sexy features of, the waist down, showing off sexy legs and sexy feet, manicured toes, some toe jewelry, and she's wearing Birkenstocks, yes, but they're stylish and they show off 4 out of 5 toes. And that's enough for creeps to be like, you get all the money. So this is an
Wow.
example. She gave a tip where it was a $16 tip or a $16 fare, right? And then they tipped her $49.69. And I'm sure the 69 was on purpose.
You're right.
Yes. And
That's
that
intentional.
means, yes, that means that little DoorDash delivery, which will only cost the person $16, ended up costing them $65 with 50 of it going to a beautiful Phoenix Jade and those little piggies.
Crazy.
Exactly. So the side hustle in question that is showing to work and proving to work, because every time you get a DoorDash delivery, everyone's like, leave it at the door now. And if you don't just ask them to leave it at the door, you're a psychopath, right? Ever since COVID, that was the one good thing that came out of pandemic, is that you just get stuff delivered to your door and be like, I don't want to talk to you. So just drop it off and let me know you're gone, right?
Yeah, and pick up delivery.
Absolutely. And then once you do that, bingo, bango, you got yourself extra tips. So you could DoorDash, not have to interact with people, just flash a picture of those toes and reap like 300% tips.
And I only feel like when she gets a taste of the success, it's not going to stop. It's going to get to the point where she's wearing like sexy high heels. Some guy's going to like pay extra to have a little video. He's like, hey, the In-N-Out bag, can you put your toe in there and pick out a fry with it?
Yeah. Well,
here's $50.
I'd do it.
I'm saying it's not going to stop. See?
There's nothing that she won't do with her feet.
I'm worried it's been ousted now, and people are like now like keen and smart. They're going to be like, I'm not going to tip you. Like, you outed me.
Well, then the next time, no feet pick for you.
Okay,
Done.
Right.
Okay, all right.
Done.
Punishment.
No suit for you, no feet for you.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. It's as simple as that. So there you go. There's a side hustle for all the pretty ladies out there, only if you have pretty toes. In fact, actually, all the ugly ladies are pretty toes. You know, if you're door dashing, include your toes in those pics and see if it works for you. And if it does work for you, definitely let me know and email me at bvegan@cafe.com. We have more, including a round of survey says, coming up after music from Papa Roach. But first, here's 9 Inch Nails, as alive as you want to be, live on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan.
Ooh, I have a friend.
I can't wait to see the guys try this too.
Yeah.
Like, why is this not working?
No, yeah, it's not going to work.
Hairy monk. Dude, me and my brother a long time ago were laughing because when the feet finder thing was like a big fat, still is, but I mean, like when it was making the rounds as a thing, we were like, dude, we got, because our feet are disgusting. We have like Hobbit looking feet, like
Well,
they're
men
fat
feet
and
in
gross
general.
men feet. But like we're thinking like, dude, we can probably make some money doing like Hobbit maxing or Shire maxing. Just like do like Lord of the Rings style like music and just do like feet things with hairy big fat toes. The only thing stopping us was like the IP rights. We're like, yeah, we'll get sued by Peter Jackson.
That's true.
We're sure.
Yeah.
You would be.
I mean, it's a weird thing. You're set her up for me, so, you know, you're looking at the camera, because I don't have any video to show you on this one, but what I do have.
He goes, that's weird. I'm like, yeah, it's money. All of it's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. But, and I don't think it would work. What I think
For you.
No, I think, first off, I have Hobbit feet. I think there would be guys willing to masturbate to your feet for whatever reason, but not pay you for it. So basically, you're giving them spank material.
Our demo is cat moms.
You're not. Yeah, that's a terrible business idea.
Cat moms like the toes.
No, they don't. It's, this was a high idea, basically. This kind of stuff.
Yeah, let's dissect it seriously and have some haterade. No, it's great.
Okay, coming in hot. You guys remember, you're probably too young to remember Baby Jessica. Do you remember Baby Jessica? Yeah. Oh, you don't remember Baby Jessica? Okay, so this happened in the 80s. I think it was 87 when this happened. And if you remember Baby Jessica on the stream, let me know. This actually took the nation by storm. What happened was an 18-month-old baby was wandering around in her Texas, right? And she fell down this pipe, right? And this pipe was very narrow. And the baby was missing, and then they discovered that she was down this long, narrow shaft, and she was stuck down there. And of course, she was still alive, and that's the good news. But then they had to try to figure out a way to get her out of this pipe alive. And this was broadcast on national television, and it took several days to rescue the baby. So Baby Jessica became this big nationwide story in the mid to late 80s. That again, everyone's like paying attention on. You guys remember? Yeah.
Hey,
Jeff
has she
remembers.
eat and does she sleep? Like I'm
Eat
so
and sleep. She was a
concerned.
baby and she was gonna die. Right.
But
So
for days she was in there.
she
And
was in there
didn't
for
die?
days. Yes, she was about to die. It was a dire thing. You can't necessarily feed an 18-month-old, right? It was a 60-hour rescue effort. And again, it was basically, it was before cable television and it was live, all the way through, and it just dominated the news cycle for those 60 hours. She was trapped approximately 22 feet underground, and she remained lodged in a narrow well while emergency crews worked around the clock to reach her. And they ultimately did. They drilled a parallel shaft and a horizontal tunnel through rock to access the well, and they were able to get her out safe and sound, which is the good news. And anyone who was alive during that time remembers it very fondly. And just, you can't forget Baby Jessica. The reason why I bring her up is because Baby Jessica's in the news, and it's not good news.
Yeah, she's probably traumatized.
No, it's not that she was traumatized, but maybe, I mean, she's 18 months old, so maybe she was
Remember.
essentially, maybe she blacked it out, even though I'm sure she, for years when she was younger, her claim to fame was she's baby Jessica. Now, baby Jessica is 40 years old. Okay. And she was just arrested for domestic assault. All right. And there's a mugshot of what baby Jessica looks like today. And this is not the baby Jessica that I remember. This is not my baby Jessica.
She's fine.
Yeah. But
Sorry,
I just thought
Jessica.
this is a trip. Again, this is a trip for anyone my generation, anyone older like Jeff. And Chrissy remembers as well because it was such a big story. It was the story. And again, this is before cable news. So baby Jessica was like the most famous living being on the planet for about a year. Dominated that year. Biggest story of the year, baby Jessica. And baby Jessica's not doing too well. Still living in Texas and now beating up her baby daddy. So, not good. Not good.
How the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, you say trauma. It could have been trauma, Mari, but maybe not. Let's switch gears to something more fun. This is a guy who could do a musical breakdown with his mouth, different instruments. Let's see how good he could do. Oh, there it is. All right, let's hear this. I know what you're thinking, and yes, he's probably really good at cunnilingus.
That's me after Taco Bell.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, that's impressive. You do that with your mouth. Let me show you what I can do. For real, though. So Rico just went to La Rosa last night. I'm sure you shot a bunch of stuff. Or were you allowed to use your phone inside for Interpol?
Of course. You feel like that jackass when you're pulling out your phone, you're looking around like, oh, everybody's doing this. Okay.
Okay, well, you know who didn't do it was Kendall. When I asked her, I was like, hey, make sure if you get anything, post on stories to tag KFMA and I'll share it. Did you do any of that? Did you take any stories?
Well, I mean, I have a bunch of footage, but literally it's just like from the time it ended to the time getting out of there and getting home, you're just like, the last thing I want to do is do social media prep.
Right.
I want to go to bed.
Yeah, no, I get it. What time did the show end?
I think 10-ish,
Okay.
10:30.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little late. Too late for me.
I know.
Yeah, but again, Legacy Acts, I'm over it. I'm glad that they did. I'm sure it was great. And I did play a lot of Interpol back in the day on KWSS, but yeah.
420 though. What are you going to do?
What do you mean 420? What am I going to do?
Are you going to...
For Monday, for Guar? You think I'm going to go out to Guar?
I don't know. And Avatar's the night before too. There's a lot of good shows coming up.
There
is.
Is
that worth the
but
lack
it's
of sleep?
Sunday, Monday. No.
I know.
Yeah, so unfortunately, no. But I'll tell you what, I keep posting clips from Johansson.
Yeah.
Johan?
Something.
Yeah, Johannes. Yeah, and it does great. It's gangbusters. So as far as putting the
he's amazing.
Yeah. So our reels and our interview with him and Avatar doing really well, and the metal fans definitely coming out for that. Good promo for Rialto. Rialto needs to show us love, man. I'm telling you.
They love us.
No. I literally met like the head lady the other night with Psycho Steve, and Steve was like, Beef, and she's like, no. I'm like, God damn it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Have you met her before?
No.
Oh.
But still,
You
I'm
gotta
like,
go to more shows.
Go to more
Sacrifice that
shows.
sleep.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to be one of the normies there. Rock 102.1 KFMA. They need to know who I am for the sake of what I do for them, is my point. We're live on the air here. It's time for a round of surveys. Says, yes, this is Mari's favorite segment where I break down a bunch of surveys and studies that have been taken by pollsters so we can keep our finger on the pulse to know what people think. So with that said, let's get right into it. I'll pull it up here. I was just talking about baby Jessica on the stream. All right. So this one's super easy, right? Now, who did this poll? Was it University of Massachusetts and YouGov? Basically asked Americans, which celebrity is most beloved? Who do you think tops that list? And I think it's an easy one. Rico? Keanu for you. And Keanu's a very good answer, but did not make the top 6. In fact, actually, number 5 is the most questionable for sure. A lot of politicians on this list.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
so
but
these are celebrities.
Celebrities, yes, most beloved. So,
so
what
not
would
just
you-
actors, like overall.
overall, just
okay.
everyone in the mix,
Wow.
human beings
Oh, Dolly Parton, number 1.
with a bullet.
Mhm.
Dolly topped the list, and it wasn't
How
even
funny.
close for second place. Okay, Dolly Parton
There you
had
go.
plus 65. So she topped the list, coming in 50 points higher than second place, which is former President Barack Obama. All right, and then the rest of the list is a little bit of a head scratcher, right, and debatable for a lot of people here. Okay, so coming in number 3, Ukrainian President Zelensky, he's on there. Number 4, Bernie Sanders. And if you're thinking, okay, wait a second, I see where this poll's leaning, then you'd be completely baffled by number 5, George W. Bush.
Wait, what?
Yeah, dude. Which is crazy about this is because George W. Bush, when he left office, historically was one of the lowest rated and liked presidents of like an entire legacy of presidents until
wow.
recent, right?
Yeah,
He was number 1 as most loathed because of 9/11 era, the real estate market booming, the endless war that was started.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on. Never be shamed again.
Exactly. And now, because he paints and stuff, I don't know. He is 2 points higher than Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Taylor Swift needs to
Wow.
start some illegal wars. We'll see where she leads.
Dude, this is crazy. Because George W. Bush can't even go to some countries in the world because he's still considered a war criminal with an
I don't
active
know.
warrant for his arrest. And he is more beloved than Taylor Swift, dude. That's insane.
Maybe when Dick Cheney died, they're like, you know what? All right, this Bush guy.
I guess.
He's all right.
Forgive him.
Yeah, I mean, look, George W. Bush definitely has charisma, and that's what
does.
made him president for sure. He knows what cocaine smells like, and he owned a baseball team. Oh yeah, he famously would do cocaine. And it's crazy that we followed up with a president that may or may not have inhaled weed to a president that's like, yeah, I did a lot blow.
Right. Straight up.
Yeah. So, all right. Now on the flip side, who do you think out of all celebrities, again, in all genres, politics or just business people or whatever, is the most loathed
Loathed.
in the world?
Wow.
Luckily, this is a timed show, so I don't
I know.
have
I'm
all
so
day.
sorry because I'm like, I really want to.
Yeah, lay it on us. There's too many options.
Just throw out an
I know,
option. Just
okay.
throw out an answer. It's okay if you're wrong.
Let's go with Rob Schneider's not getting a lot of love lately.
I mean,
That's a pity hate.
no, look,
Poor guy.
as douchey as Schneider does come off, I don't think he's famous enough to top the list.
Well, some people were at Wildcats, and I guess he rented out the whole place, and they said he was super nice. So that's why,
I heard it's great.
Yeah, I heard he's actually really nice. People really don't like him lately, though.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
his
mean,
takes.
yeah, he does go, he's polarizing to say the least. But again, not famous enough to be on this list. As Schneider, as people who know the Sandler verse are very aware of Rob Schneider, but it stops there.
I'll throw out Erica Kirk. All right, whatever.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, you said that. That's crazy. She didn't make the list.
Oh,
All right. On the flip side, these two names, you're going to kick yourself for not thinking this. Mark Zuckerberg as one of the 2 most popular unpopular public figures, with only Russian President Vladimir Putin beating him out.
Wow. Whoa. Those are the top 2?
Yeah, and you said Snyder.
yeah.
Making
What did
copies
he
with
do
the
to you?
devil. I know, dude.
Damn. You made the animal. You didn't like the animal, huh?
Apparently not. All
Guess
right.
not.
So there you go. A survey says, let's hit the reset here. We got music on the way for 30 seconds to Mars and dancing. We'll keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. You can join us youtube.com/beefvegan. Yeah. What did Rob Steiner ever do to you, man?
Yeah, Mari. That's messed
I
up.
don't know.
The stapler.
All right. Earlier this morning, we did music news, and the world of music was crazy. Actually, they got nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we're not too upset about that. In case you missed it, it went like this. Check it out. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Time for your music news here. There's a lot of things happening in the music world. Start things off with an update on Turnstile. Now, they just performed at Coachella,
Oh.
and they had a very special person introduce them to the stage.
Ooh.
Who do you think it would be?
Not their former guitarist.
Not their former guitarist. but the man that the former guitarist attempted to murder.
His dad.
Yes, yeah. They had turnstile singer's father injured the band at Coachella after surviving an attempted murder.
Wow.
Let's say Bill Yates, outside the family's. Bill Yates is his name. Of course, his name is Bill. He's an old guy, right?
Yeah.
He appeared in a pre-recorded video that played on the big screen before the band set, introducing the group and calling them all sons of his, which is like insult to injury, right?
God, such a diss.
It is a diss.
Oh, yeah.
Because, the Brady, the one who was arrested on March 29th on attempted second-degree murder, of course, was the former guitarist of the band, but literally grew up with Brendan since they were teenagers.
Yeah, like neighbors.
Yeah, started the band, and Bill knew Brendan for many, many years. This is salacious. Honestly, it's just like it's going to be very interesting to really get to the bottom of what created this riff and how bad it actually got. Obviously, got bad enough to have attempted murder charges on there.
Right.
But I mean, this is and then still kick a band while he's down.
I know. Ouch.
Yeah, it's like not only are you not getting this money, not only are you not getting this fame, not only are you not in this band of brothers that you grew up in, basically everything in your life is gone, taken away from. But now that you're going down for attempted murder, I just want to go on a record introducing the greatest band in the world, and how all these boys are my sons who would never attempt to kill me.
Yeah, but I mean, valid. You don't try to run over an old man with your car, no matter how mad you are. Even if he's throwing rocks, even if he's throwing insults. You can't do vehicular.
I know. I mean, you're right. When you're right, you're right. But it just seems like there's so much more to this. We're just going to have to wait and see. The band said it cut ties with, Brady in 2022 over a pattern of harmful behavior, and that threats had escalated in recent months, and now he's being held without bond. So the good news for, Brady is that he probably doesn't even know this happened.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless somebody passed him a kite, and then he knows. It's not good. All right. The Strokes announced a summer tour after stealing the show at Coachella as well. And I said, the Strokes kind of like,
I know, you got some haterade in
I'll tell you what, they announced this world tour, and Arizona's not on the list, so I could continue to throw that shade.
No.
Yeah, that's right. You love the Strokes so much. Yeah, go to Denver or go to Colorado because they got 2 dates in Colorado, 0 in Arizona. Yeah.
Wow, nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
That's sad.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I mean, actually, I don't blame them for not wanting to do a show in the summer in Arizona. Usually Live Nation gets every band to kind of gruel through it.
Yeah, there's inside venues. Make it a small show.
No, they want to do big show, right? Obviously. And they're going to be touring along with Thundercat, Cage the Elephant.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so
that's huge.
It's a massive show,
Yeah.
right? So they'll be all over the world, but the 2 nights will be at Red Rocks. So if you ever want to go to Red Rocks and you like the Strokes, then you got 2 nights. I think they're going to announce. I think they announced it. I know for sure. Tickets probably going on sale this Friday, so you want to jump in that queue line if you want to try to attempt to get those tickets. They'll probably sell out fast.
Yeah.
Sad news for No Doubt fans. No Doubt guitarist Tom had been diagnosed with early onset Parkinson's disease.
I know.
The same disease that Michael J. Fox has.
Right.
Now, Michael J. Fox, though, has been a proponent of raising awareness for this, and they've been raising tons of money and doing the research to fight against Parkinson's.
Yeah.
And hopefully after years and decades now of this research, we get closer to a cure.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It's just probably pretty hard to play guitar with Parkinson's.
Yeah, well, I mean, No Doubt technically kind of retired anyways. Yeah, I mean, they were on some tours. They're on another hiatus, if you will. Gwen Stefani's doing her LA thing. I don't know what Gwen. And finally, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2026 was announced just last night on American Idol. I didn't see it, but I do have a list of the nominees. You let me know if you're stoked about these nominees. Starting off with Phil Collins as a solo artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron the Night. That's worth a nomination. Oasis gets the nod. You think they're going to show up to accept the award?
No, but I would like to see it.
Okay. Billy Idol has a long overdue nod in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, so happy about that.
Yeah, he dominated the 80s. There was a time where Billy Idol was the king of rock and roll.
The king.
Yeah, it took way too long to get him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The Wu-Tang Clan is nothing to F with when it comes to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're in. Luther Vandross is in as well. Sade, Joy Division or New Order.
Yes.
Yep. and an Iron Maiden.
Yes. These are good nominations.
There you go. Yes. Meanwhile, Queen Latifah, Graham Parsons, Selena Cruz, and MC Lighter being honored with the Early Influence Award, and producer Rick Rubin is among the recipients of the Musical Excellence Awards.
Wow, he hasn't had one yet.
No, I know. That's surprising because he's produced a lot of classic albums.
So much.
Nominees who did not make the cut: Lauryn Hill.
Bummer.
Yep, Pink. Pink has more of a legacy than Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill has one great album.
But maybe someday, right?
Huh?
Maybe someday they'll be in.
I think Pink before Lauryn Hill, honestly. And The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was a great album. And then she basically quit the industry. And I've been a fan of Lauryn Hill since Sister Act 2.
Oh.
Yeah, I knew she was a star in Sister Act 2.
Go back.
Yeah, dude. That was before the Fugees.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I understand why she didn't make the cut. The Black Crowes, keep them out.
Yes.
Jeff Buckley, Melissa Etheridge, In Excess, which I think should be in, and Mariah Carey. They all got snubbed for the third time. Oh, no, Mariah Carey got snubbed for the third time. She was also nominated in 2021 and 2023. And if I know Mariah, and trust me, I do, she hates this.
Oh,
and
so
I
mad.
love it. I love it. We're going to nominate you again. Nah, just kidding. You're not getting it. All right, so there you go. There's your Rock and Roll Hall of Fames and your music news. We'll have to reset. Be back with another round of Ask a Conspiracist right after music from the Deftones of Rock 102.1 KFMA. Rock 102.1. Before we get into an excellent edition of Ask a Conspiracist, we're going to be on the air here in a little bit. So let me just share this. As we, you guys know by now, the name clavicular. Clavicular. So we talked about clavicular before, Lux Maxing is his thing. He's a streamer, and streamers kind of taking over the culture right now. It's so profitable being a streamer or a content creator. The creator economy is outrageous right now. It's insane. And I'll give you an example before we even talk about clavicular. There's a man who decided to drink 10 pints a day for 200 days. 10 pints a day for 200 days and live streaming while doing it. He's an Englishman. And so this, of course, could take years off your life, if you're just like a straight up alcoholic. But he's only 28 years old, and I'll give him credit for that. It's a young man's game to drink that heavy and do it consistently. When I was a DJ at a club, I pretty much did the same, but I did it with vodka and I did it with tequila. And And I mean, I was such a professional alcoholic that when my baby's mom got pregnant, I just decided to stop drinking for an entire year just to detox and have my liver recover. Not that I felt like I had health issues yet. I just felt so physically run down where I'm like, I just feel like I need a physical reset for my, up to that point, close to 10 years of partying straight. And I was a party animal, That's the reason why I sound the way I do, fried. All right. But I had a good time. But this 28-year-old man, he took to social media to just drink 10 pints a day. And by doing that, here's the headline, he was able to buy a house.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he earned so much from social media earnings from doing this that he was able to afford a house just within a year.
How do they get paid?
Oh, that's through live streaming. And of course, then there's revenue share.
Sponsorships from Guinness and other things. Probably.
You would think, too, if
Right.
Was there any kind of attachment on sponsorship thing? And the thing that's kind of messed up with this is that he's live streaming through platforms like Kick. And the demo for people who watch like Kick and Twitch are very young. I mean, all these claviculars and neons and any streamer out there, I Show Speed, they're essentially becoming multimillionaires off of children, right?
Yeah.
So they are the Mr. Rogers of our generation.
Scary.
In a weird way, right? Yeah. And it is scary because, they're just, at this point, it's just,
impressionable.
they're kind of like, how, I guess media in general, we're kind of over, you made a reference earlier about Howard Stern and how we're not necessarily shock jockey anymore, right? Which is good because we've been through it, been there, done that, wrote the roadmap, right? But now with these streamers, all they're doing is, because they're young and they're coming of age, they're going down this, like, everything is cyclical. So they're going into their Jerry Springer era. And I'm seeing it on the live streams where I'm just like, yeah, I seen this in the 90s, bro. Yeah, well, let's have these girls make out. Yeah, cool. It's groundbreaking stuff. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Talking about streamer culture in particular. and how the streamers are basically in a like a cyclical era. They're in a shock jock era. And the thing that makes it concerning if you're a parent is that your kids are watching this and they're just making money off kids because grown adults aren't watching these 24/7 live streams. Because if you try to watch a live stream and not just the clips, it's boring.
It's so
You'll
boring.
lose brain cells.
But it is content farming. And it's the reason why we record everything that we do, because from a mediocre show and record 4 hours of it, if I can't get 30 seconds of something decent,
There's some gold in there.
yeah, dude. We're content farming. And so that's the name of the game. And I just showed a story of a 28-year-old man who decided to drink 10 pints a day for 200 days and got enough money so he could buy a house. And in fact, actually, he invested some of the money that he earned from social media to where he's like, I don't even have to work again. I'm like, well, that's probably good because you're drunk all day. So
I can have dialysis in my house now.
Yeah.
This is great.
Right. Now, our attention turns back to clavicular. Clavicular continues to make the news, or trend anyways, because he continues to sit down for these interviews, right?
Yes.
But he's so sensitive that he can't answer any question or any journalistic question or any potential attack question or gotcha question, that he immediately just sits down, says, nice to meet you, gets offended, and then walks off the interview. And he's now done this several times. To give you two examples right off the bat. The first example I'm going to give you, this was CNN Australia. All right. This guy, smooth ass Australian guy. But yeah, he tried talking with Clavicular. It did not end well. And here's how it went.
Do you identify with that group?
Oh, I'll rewind it. Yeah. Incel is what he's talking about, right?
Was born out of the incel community and movement.
I mean, to be fair, look at the smile on his face.
He's all smug.
So basically, to rewind the question, he's like, so looks maxing was born out of the incel community. And then he gives him a smile. You identify as incel. I'm like, gotcha. No, in Clavicular's defense, he's just like, F you, man. I looked smacks and now I'm getting all the ladies, right?
Well, then, yeah, he goes on to say, like, I want to ascend out of this place. Like, that's what my thing is for.
But he's not wrong saying this entire culture
was born in that. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. And then, and that's the aggressive, hyper-aggressive, degradation approach, the alpha male kind of approach, the basically mystery approach. This is nothing new either. I learned what the art of game from the book The Game, and you basically you throw out these negs to psychologically manipulate women into thinking that you're more alpha, or you're something worthy of chasing after, because the psychology behind it is that women are getting hit on 24/7. So you just giving them a compliment puts you in the category of all the simps. You give them a little bit of an insult and they're like, well, I want to impress him. It's stupid, but it works. But here, this is the CNN interview and him walking.
You identify with that group. How do you feel about being linked to that group of people?
Do I identify as an incel? I mean, how could you ask me that question as a follow-up after you asked me about my relationships to women? I mean, that's quite literally the worst sequence of questions I think I've ever heard.
Well, let me rephrase it then. Looks maxing was obviously a term created by the incel community. How do you feel about being linked to that group?
I'm not linked to that group in any way. Looks maxing is self-improvement, right? So it's about potentially even ascending out of that category. So that would be kind of one of the goals, is to disassociate from being an incel and overcome that. So that doesn't make sense.
And then it has the face. I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
I'm
not mad at him. I'm like, this guy's a
right
jackass.
But the thing is, there's a pattern here, right? So as he does walk out of this, and it's the Australia gotcha, and the fact that he's sitting down for Australia 60 minutes is weird. And it's weird that he's going on a campaign talking about looks maxing. Here's scrubbing ahead. Here's Clavicular just being like, enough is enough.
I didn't have time to look into anything about potentially who your wife cheated with, but don't try to go down that line of questioning with me, all right? Because I'm not doing any political.
I'm not married, but I was simply only asking because obviously you've been filming with these people.
Yeah,
you gotta look smack. Maybe
I could teach you about looks maxing then. maybe you could switch that up. But thanks for the time. Appreciate the interview.
Yeah,
He
nice
got
little burn.
marked.
Yeah, so I can't use the lingo. So yes, okay. So he walked out there and he's like, okay, maybe if you look smacks, maybe you wouldn't be single and alone, and you could fix that. And then he walked out, right? And then the reporter there again was very smug, and just his face after the questions. Yeah, so you don't necessarily blame him for walking out of that particular interview. But then Andrew Callahan was another one. But he came in, he's somewhat aggressive, somewhat hot too. But this is again, like, why keep taking these interviews and you're promoting look maxing like it's a product, but the reality is clavicular is the product, right? Because it's streaming and, people watch and getting that attention. The fact that we're like a mainstreamish show that we even talk about it, or he's got our attention, it means that it's working. It doesn't mean that it's great.
It's like having Patrick Bateman in for an interview.
Yeah.
And like talking about his regimen, and he's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, so you murder the women that you sleep with.
I wouldn't call it that.
Yeah, and you associate with someone else who has murdered. And like, I'm not talking politics.
I'm not talking politics.
Yeah. All right, so here's a little bit of Andrew Callahan, who's known for his great interviews and terrible angles on camera, and it didn't last long either.
And it's like kind of annoying because no interviewer has actually like come up with a question ever that's been more than what would be the number one piece of advice you would recommend people to LooksMax. I've genuinely never had a single person ask me specifics about this certain LooksMaxing method, really outside of like bone smashing or
bone smashing is stupid.
These two things interact, or how does LooksMaxing differ from this age to this age? Is it still possible to LooksMax? Like, there's no effort really behind what like the questions that you guys prepare. Seemingly, it just seems to be a lot of like gotcha mode, like clip farm shit. And
I'm
it's
not
like,
doing that.
well, I mean, yeah, you are a little bit to a degree.
I don't think so. I think when you see the full presentation, it's not really going to be edited or clipped in the same way that you might.
Well, just because it's not the worst interview I've had. I mean, like you had like a couple of ones that you were trying to sneak in with, like, oh, what is slut hate? It's like,
yeah, I mean, it's the second, letter in the.
But I mean, like
All right, and we're going to continue this on the podcast broadcast, where you're going to see the meltdown and the confrontation, and then the subsequential walkout. And again, there's several different interviews that he continues to get into. They all start the same. The questions are the same, and then the reaction is the same. So at this point, just schedule 2 minutes with clavicular, ask him how stupid is bone smashing, and then watch him walk away. YouTube.com/beefvegan.
In my mind, I see like this evolving into like some kind of weird political movement where they become a political party of just looksmaxers.
Wow.
Dudes with gonial angles, like running for office.
That's the generation. Here, we'll scrub ahead to this is his counter. Did you see this clip, by the way, of Andrew? I mean,
I saw him walking out. I didn't see like anything else around that.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because like why that's a part of why it's a pretty strongly worded forum and subculture.
Yeah, and that would be fine if that question was in there because it's decently relevant to the culture, but there was not even a single genuine attempt at like.
You tried to say singular.
Specific LooksMax.
I get it.
Well, I'm not in the LooksMaxing community. I'm trying to learn about it. Not everyone talking to you is going to be a niche person who knows about all the methods.
Well,
to be fair, Andrew, we knew that.
I mean, like, yeah, I know you're not in the LooksMaxing community, but you didn't even ask a LooksMaxing question, like at all. You don't need to be in the LooksMaxing community to ask a LooksMaxing question.
What do you mean by looks? I think we've been talking about LooksMaxing this whole time.
We've been talking about like the philosophy behind it, and it's.
You want me to ask you a scientific question about LooksMaxing?
I just think it's kind of funny how that's really never been done with the amount of like media appearances.
Well, maybe people don't know you want to be asked that.
Well,
now they will.
Well, that's quite literally what a lot of your companies, your.
What do you mean your companies? You think I work for like Time Warner?
Your press companies. You work for Channel 5.
It's a YouTube channel called Channel 5.
I'm not sure.
I'm the CEO of my own company. I don't have any agenda.
Yeah, and it was like hold on, I'll find it.
Andrew kind of cuts it off though, right?
No, Andrew does cut off it. So he said he's basically like, "Fuck you, I'm out." Watch.
In the mirror, you're 100% satisfied with every single thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, more or less.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. All right. Well,
So Clavicular's mind's blown. He's like, I'm looking at you. There's no way. There's no way. You're 100% satisfied by the way you look? Yeah, I am. I'm confident in everything. And that's a yeah. And I'm sure he is. But Clavicular's like,
How?
I'm not.
I know.
I don't wanna
F
F you.
Bad for him.
I know.
I guess that's just, if you want to be completely disingenuous, that's fine with me. I guess there's just no point to continue.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Puts his hat back on and then walks off.
Yep.
If you don't want to admit that you're ugly, then this interview's over.
I know.
So yeah,
You want to be this. You don't want a gonial angle. You don't want a chiseled jaw. You don't want to look like a Chad, Andrew.
right.
It's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, and I'm sure he is, which is good. Real quick, I'm gonna squeeze in this morning's Ask a Conspiracist. It was a good one in case you missed it. It went like this. Check it out. KFMA, as you know, we are in the age of misinformation, and here at Beefeater Presents, we fight misinformation with more misinformation.
Yeah.
All right, it's time to read between the lines of the real news headlines with another round of Ask a Conspiracist. Mari, what caught your attention in the news this week?
Rockstar Games. They
Oh,
have
yeah.
confirmed that the studio behind Grand Theft Auto 6 has experienced a third-party data breach. Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, they say only a limited amount of non-material company information was accessed and that the players weren't affected. The hacker group Shiny Hunters
Oh, nice name.
reportedly stole the data and threatened to release it if they weren't paid a ransom by April 14th.
That's today.
Oh my God, it is today.
Release the info. I want to
that.
know all about the game.
Give me Grand Theft Auto
Look,
6.
Unfortunately, don't believe the nonsense. This is not a hack. This is just Rockstar. It's a typical Rockstar move. They staged the entire thing.
I believe it.
Think about it. GTA 6, of course, the most anticipated video game on earth.
Yes.
If they leak something, suddenly the internet explodes, right? And that's just free marketing. So the real plan is Rockstar leaks fake stolen GTA features to gauge fan reaction. If people hate something, they quietly remove it. If fans love something, they pretend it was always planned. The hackers are just Rockstar interns in hoodies. Yeah. And the
That's
ransom deadline, well, that's just when the next trailer drops. And honestly, if you go back to initial conspiracy theory that we came up and posted on TikTok a couple years ago, the Rockstar trailer is supposed to drop on April 14th, but it was last year or something. We did the math, or 2 years ago. I mean, it's been so long now that they've been teasing us. I'm so mad at Rockstar. Just release the damn game already. And actually don't, because I can't afford the whole setup. Because with the PS5, which going up in price, before that, you have to get a PS5 or the next gen Xbox just to play this game. The game itself might be a couple $100. Then the system, you're talking like $1,500 just to play a game and not live real life. It's rough. But yeah, that's don't believe the hype. They did not get hacked. This is all a marketing ploy. What's something else that caught your attention?
Okay, Roblox.
Okay.
I'm very familiar with Roblox. I have yet to really embark on a Roblox journey, but I don't know. I guess they just announced it's introducing new age-based accounts for younger players. Oh, sounds okay. Kids 5 through 8 will automatically be placed into Roblox Kids accounts that disable messaging and only allow the safest games. I like that.
Okay.
Kids 9 through 15 will get Roblox Select, which allows limited chat and slightly more game access. The changes come as the company faces multiple lawsuits claiming it failed to protect children from predators and inappropriate content, which I can attest to.
Yes. And first of all, you think this is about safety? You think big business is about safety?
Maybe.
No.
I want to hope.
No, it's never about safety. Big business doesn't care about your kids. This is training. Roblox isn't a video game anymore. It's the internet's first digital childhood simulator.
Wow.
So this is what's really going on. Roblox realized they have 80 million kids logging in every day. 80 million.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's basically the population of Germany. Right?
Wow.
And it's made entirely of 10-year-olds. So they basically created a 3-phase life system. All right. And this is how it breaks down. Phase 1, ages 5 through 8, Roblox Kids. No messaging, no chaos, just safe little block worlds. Basically, digital kindergarten. Phase 2, 9 through 15, limited chat, slightly more freedom, mildly questionable games. This is digital middle school. Kids start learning the most important internet skill, talking trash in the lobby, right? And then once they reach age 3, age 16, full access. That's when you can start calling people the R word without limitation. I know. That's what they do on the internet. These games are brutal. That's a full unlock. So basically, congratulations, you've reached digital adulthood, and the lawsuits, those weren't problems anyways. They were beta testing because Roblox isn't making a game. They're building the internet 2.0, and the kids are the test subjects.
Ugh.
I
I'm
know.
going to stay away for longer then.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Any other news caught your attention this week, here, Mari?
Some more Elon Musk stuff. The platform X is cutting payouts to accounts that repost or aggregate content instead of creating original posts. Some aggregator accounts reportedly saw their revenue sharing payments reduced by 40%. That's a big chunk, with another 20% reduction coming next cycle.
Oh, well, you think Elon is punishing repost accounts, huh?
Yeah,
No.
it's copying.
No, this is phase one of a much bigger plan. This is the real conspiracy here. Elon Musk is trying to turn X into the largest content factory in human history. So the idea is, if reposters stop making money, everyone has to create their own content, which means millions of unpaid creators start producing content 24/7, much like this show. And it's exhausting. But, hopefully the money will go to people like us, as opposed to people who just copy and share. Right now, basically, Elon just tricked the internet into becoming his writer's room. Netflix has writers. Hollywood has writers. Elon Musk has all of humanity posting for free. Not all of humanity, just like the lower echelons or the cesspool of humanity, because it is X after all, posting his content. But that's still a lot of us. I'm on there.
I'm not.
Well, see, that's because you're an angel of a person. And I am garbage. But as always, Mari, just a friendly reminder, don't believe everything you read. You have to learn to read between the lines. And if you can't do that, you can always ask a conspiracist. All right, we're going to wrap things up as Rico is educating Mari on the looks maxing trend, if you will, or movement. And at the end of the day, nobody is hating on somebody wanting to self-improve, right? Like going to the gym and looking your best and eating healthy and doing things that, make you feel and look better. The issue that I think most people have is the shortcuts. And as you saw with his, Mog World trailer that we broke down here, it's, taking all the steroids and the bone smashing and all the supplements at such an early age, testosterone.
14, before, yeah.
And all that stuff. And it's like, you don't think in the long term that that's going to work out for you, right? I mean, how we've seen just being a wrestling fan, and I know that the steroids and HGH and those things have changed. The science has evolved over the years, but it's still dangerous to overindulge in any substance. And it led to the shortening of a lot of lives, right? And on top of that, he's partying hard. He's doing coke, he's drinking, he's young, he's partying, and he's rich and he's good looking. And so he's, doing all that, and you're playing with fire. You continue to do that. You live life in the fast lane and you end up burning out eventually. And I think that's part of the issue that people have with it. And the fact that it's like you're teaching my 14-year-old to take testosterone. No, the body produces testosterone at that age. Mm-hmm. Wait till he's 40. And then load him up with testosterone. And I'll tell you what, I'm off testosterone right now because, and I've been off testosterone because my body started breaking out, and I knew that I've had too much.
Wait, really?
Testosterone. Oh yeah,
just tons of breakouts all over, but not your face.
No, thank you. I mean, I've always had like adult acne. That's not that big of a deal.
He takes off his shirt right now; it's just boils.
No, I got it taken care of, right? But I noticed that I was like, okay, this is getting too much. And I could just feel my body.
Wait,
and you got to listen to your body now.
Yeah, without it.
No, I feel great. I've been off it for like a month.
Wow.
And I actually still have so much in me. I'm still Mr. Morningwood and everything else. So,
Mr. Morningwood.
Yeah, it's still
my favorite song by Bob Dylan.
Yeah, it's a great song. So, and the reality is I will go back on it and just like, okay, now's the time to take a break. I was taking testosterone like weekly for
Did you when you went to that place, did you get your levels checked?
I did it first.
Yeah. What did they say? It was like perfect levels, or it's a bit high?
No, it was a little low.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. As which is normal with my age, and
Right.
so and then testosterone is like a poor man's fountain of youth, and there are benefits to having a good testosterone level as a man for your heart and everything else. So I took it for health reasons and to feel physically motivated and sleep better and things like that. All those things worked. But again, I got too jacked up, and then you can't tell with like muscles because I wasn't going to the gym, but my muscles were growing and I wasn't doing shit. It was great.
It was great.
Looks maxing. But you got to know, moderation is key. We're going to wrap things up here on the air. But thank you, as always, for listening, guys, and watching along. All right, Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're almost out of time, but I do want to give you a beef tip before we wrap things up, and also remind you to subscribe to our podcast broadcast page. There you'll see plenty of clips, also live streams that we do each and every day. We are a content farm and have a lot of good time, so join our community. We appreciate it, and we love rocking with you. Now, with that said, let's give you a beef tip before we wrap things up. And this is good news. They say digital detoxing for 2 weeks can erase a decade of cognitive decline.
Wow.
I believe it.
Yes, dude. Now, this is according to new research. They say the negative effects of all that screen time is something that really can lead to up to a decade of cognitive decline. And if you're concerned about that, as you should be, the good news is it can be reversed. They track people who had blocked internet access on their phone, and they were allowed to call and text, but no scrolling of any kind. After only 2 weeks of this digital detox, everyone's attention spans improved big time.
Amazing.
Yes, and our attention spans are at an all-time low, bro. In fact, when I make clips, if I don't get your attention in 3 seconds, you're gone.
Yep.
Then we know this is a fact. Now, here's the wild part. They say the boost was similar to reversing 10 years of age-related decline. So people also reported having less anxiety and felt better overall, too. That digital detox is so important. So plan that vacation. And most important, when you go on that vacation, put the phone away. Do not go online. Digitally detox as part of your vacation. You're going to reset your mind and also erase a decade of cognitive decline. And here's the thing that's a little screwy. They say you don't even have to go the full 2 weeks. One researcher said even taking a partial digital detox, even for a few days,
20 minutes.
seems to work too. And I'm like, which one is it? 3 days or 2 weeks?
I know.
When can I get back to my phone, bitch?
I want full benefits. You gotta go hobo maxing for 2 weeks.
Right. I would say no more maxing words for the rest of the week, please.
Too
All
bad.
right. With that said, enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you
I'm so over the maxing at this point.
A side of beef, soon will come an end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.
Babuski maxing. See what you made me do?
Uh-oh.